everyone, welcome to a brand new video. This is a driving video. We thought it'd be fun today.
Come and drive around with us.
Yeah, we're going to the mall. We probably won't film when we get to the mall with you guys because again we're pre-filming this video because you guys don't know about our news yet. But
in real time.
In real time.
But now you do. Now you because you're watching this.
Yeah, the news. If you're new around here, I'm preggo. Still can't believe it. Me neither. We're both like,
speechless.
Yeah. We thought, do you want to just turn your indicator off? Because that's probably really annoying. You just turn it the other way now. We thought today it would be really fun to talk with you guys about some baby name ideas we've had. And also ask you guys in the comments to, if you've got any names that you think would be good.
This is, I don't know what you're expecting because this is a hard video.
Why?
Because we're stuck.
We are.
Basically.
We've got two names, one for a boy and one for a girl, that if we had to choose today, is probably what we'd go for, but we're not 100%, okay?
Yeah.
There's a name that we used to love that I feel like we've gone off of, because
it's so hard.
When we first started talking about having kids, like even when we first got together and we said in the future when we do, there was a name that had kind of stuck, but now that's not like top of the list anymore, is it? So we're gonna drive around, discuss some name ideas we've had, and we'd love your opinion in the comments of some of the names or anything you've got like good ideas for. And
we're also gonna bring up a list of the top kind of 10 or 20 names of 2020 or 2021.
Yeah.
And we're gonna kind of like give our opinion on them and rate them.
Yeah, and also we may be inspired on this drive. We might find the name on this drive.
To be honest, we're finding girls' names a lot easier than boys' names. We don't yet, even at this point, we don't yet know what we're having. That will come soon. Girls'
names are better, I swear. Like, boys' names are harder because I don't like a lot of boys' names versus I like a lot more girls' names. I mean, we're sat behind a Nissan now. That could be a nice name.
Nissan?
Nissan the boy.
No. What about Nissan backwards?
Nassin.
Nassin.
Nassin. That's quite nice.
Or Nas. Naz.
Naz. Jolly Bee.
There's a cone.
There's a cone. B, like.
You can't just look around and try and choose a name out of thin air. Why don't we get up that list of the most popular names? Go through them.
In the UK or in the
By the way, if you're wondering why we're wearing masks, because it's only the two of us in the car, that is the current rules where we are in Manila in the Philippines, and we stick to the rules. Okay, so there's top baby names in 2021 for girls and boys. So I'll do a couple of girls first. So Olivia. I don't love the name. Don't dislike the name, but I think it's very popular, which puts me off it slightly. Olivia. It's actually a really pretty name. It's a very pretty name. Really nice name, but also, if we say your name and we have an opinion of it, please don't be offended. It's not that we don't like your name, it's just personal for us and what we're kind of looking for. So please don't be offended if we're like Steve and you're there watching like I'm Steve and we're like we don't like Steve. Not that I don't like Steve, but just please don't be offended. What have you got against Steve? I have nothing against Steve. Steve's a great name. It's a solid name, but it's not the name I want to name our kid. Emma. Again, there was a lot of Emmas in school when I was growing up. Reminds me of my school age. Fairly common. It's a nice name. My sister's called Emily. It's a nice name. Amelia. We'd have to go for every single one. Ava, Sophia, Charlotte, Isabella, Mia, Luna. Luna's quite unusual sounding considering it's a popular one. Harper. Quite like Harper. I actually quite like Harper. I like H names. We want a name that isn't too common and popular, but it isn't so crazy that it's like too out there, too hard to spell, or too hard to, I don't know, not even to spell. Like you don't want the kid to have a hard time with their name. Yeah. But equally, you want it to be a bit different. You don't want it to be like there's like 20 people in the school with the same name. You want it to stand out a little bit. So like somewhere in the middle. So some boys' names. Number one is Liam. Liam. It's alright. Not huge fan. Noah. Noah seems to be very popular these days. Noah is quite nice. Yeah. But I feel like everyone's calling their kid Noah though. Yeah. And also guys, do you have that thing where if you think of a name and you're like, wait, I went to school with them and they weren't nice, or your friends just called their kids that? There's so many names that we can't have because of people calling their kids it. And also, you know, most names you'll know someone or have had some experience with a person called that. Yeah. It's like if you love a name but your best friend is called that name, you can't just call them that. Yeah, exactly. Or like if you like your dad's name or something, you can't just have another same name in the family so closely. Some people do that. Some people are like George Jr. or something.
Yeah, true. I don't want to call our kid George, sorry.
Alright. Estrella.
What's that?
That was called Estrella Footbridge. That's quite a nice name. Or isn't that a beer?
That's Stella.
No, there's a beer called Estrella.
Is it?
Yeah. Sorry if the camera's a little bit shaky and bumpy. We're currently driving on EDSA and it's not the smoothest road.
No, it's really not. It's not at the moment, I don't know why.
To be fair, the GoPro that we're filming on should be stabilised.
Not if it's on a coin that's rattling.
There's a lot of pressure naming a human that is going to have that name for the rest of its life unless it decides to change it. Which
is unlikely. Not many people change their names.
Also what I'm thinking, it doesn't matter that much. Because once that person is that name, they just become that. Like, I'm just George, you're just Lucy.
But you've got to call that name for the next however many years until you die.
But you're not going to look back in 20 years and go.
No, but imagine if you.
I don't know if we should have called them that.
No, but if the name is like something that you're not 100% on, and then you're like put off by it, and you've got to keep calling their name.
That would be annoying.
It needs to be one that you know you're not going to go off on. It's like when you decide to get a tattoo. It's for life. You need to know it's good.
That you like saying as well.
That's what I mean. Bagong? What does bagong mean?
There you go. Genebra.
You say it Genebra, don't you?
Yeah, but we'll say Genebra to change it.
Like Janina.
Bucket meal.
That's
we're just looking at all the ads along EDSA for inspiration.
Admiral. Very, very fancy.
No.
Call it Colonel.
No.
No.
This is the other thing. You can just make up names these days. People don't care.
True.
You can just make it up.
We could just put some letters together, you know, like in Countdown, and they just whack the letters on the board like a vowel, a consonant. See what happens.
Or you take names that you like and just combine them, like
like Steve and Rachel.
No, like
Stachel.
No, not like that.
Or like Reeve.
Reeve is quite a cool name.
I don't like it.
How did you come up with that?
I think it is a name. Reeve. It's kind of like reef, but you're not pronouncing it properly. Dim Sum? No, that's not a very good name. Dim? No, that's just like calling them dim.
That's not a good start, is it?
Summer. Sunny.
Summer is a nice name.
You can think of names after destinations as well.
Oh,
how do you feel about that?
Summer?
I've got a friend called Summer, so I can't pick Summer. My mum was going to call my sister Summer, and she was going to call me Sky.
And then she didn't.
Then she called us Lucy and Emily.
We can't have another Emily.
No, we've got too many.
We've both got a sister called Emily.
Well, like, may as well. We couldn't think of anything else. We thought we'd just go with the family name, Emily. Ricoa? Ricard?
See, I like stuff like that. Do we want it to be English? Do we want it to be, I don't know, Italian, because of your surname? Do we want it to be...
I think somewhere in the middle. I don't think I want it to be too much of anything. I don't want you to hear it and be like, oh, that's
You can't call it like Fabricio or something.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, you're English.
Yeah, both of you are very English.
And then they meet people, oh, you're Italian then? No.
No. Well, they would be a bit, they'd be 1/16 Italian, because I'm 1/8. I quite like destination names, but the destination I feel needs to mean something to you. Do you know what I mean?
Like what?
Like Manila.
Do you think anyone's called Manila?
I was going to say, is anyone called Manila? Like, why not?
It's actually quite a nice name, just like the sound of it.
It's like vanilla. Manila.
Yeah, or like...
Shabilla. Medilla. Falilla.
It's like Maria or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like a name already.
That's what I mean. You could take like, start like Maria, but then you like make it Mariason.
Marinata. No. Limoncello.
Please comment below.
I don't think we've gotten anywhere.
Help us out. I don't know if we've got very far. Anyway, were you doing boys and girls names, or were you just doing boys names? Okay. So those were the top common names of 2020.
Yeah, apparently.
Do most common British names or English names, something like that. I reckon that's going to be like Thomas, Henry, Richard, maybe. Jonathan, maybe things like that.
They're weirder than we thought. These are old English names. Like oldie English.
Okay, that'd be interesting.
Ackley.
Haven't heard of that.
I haven't heard of any of these. Acton.
Really?
Afton.
Afton I've heard of.
Alcott.
Haven't heard of that.
Aldersea.
Oh, it's gone a little bit dark.
Aldrich. It's very dark in here. We're in a tunnel. Let's just get out the A's. There's too many A's. Booth.
Really?
It's unusual. Badger.
Badger? Is that a name?
Apparently.
Really?
Also, I like first names that are last names. So like when you take a last name and make it into a first name, I love that.
Yeah, that could be cool. Okay, so to give you some hints of what we're kind of thinking, Lucy just kind of gave a little bit of a hint there.
Yeah.
Or it could be a last name.
That's what we like for.
We do like the kind of 2-syllable type thing. I don't want to give too much away because obviously when the baby's born, we're going to do
4-syllable.
like a name reveal.
4-syllable.
Not the boy's name.
The girl's name.
Yeah.
There's your clues.
There's your clues. That's all we're giving away. Comment below your guesses what you think we would call it.
And what would suit us. Because it needs to go with George and Lucy. It's like the family names. George, Lucy and...
Yeah, actually, I just did both of our names in my head and they both go.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
But we're almost at the mall now, so I think we'll end this video off. And we look forward to reading all your comments later today.
Thanks for coming along with us. I don't think we've got any further, really.
I haven't found any that I prefer.
I think we're fussy. I like the idea of the old English names.
I didn't like
finding like a cool one. I don't know.
They're kind of a bit too muddy.
Anyway, if you like any names in this muddy.
Yeah, they're like a bit muddy and like
earthy.
A bit aggressive.
Earthy.
You don't want an aggressive name.
Medieval.
Yeah, exactly. Like Vikings.
Yeah.
Call it Viking.
Viscount. That's
Viscount.
Vincent.
Vincent. We know a Vincent. Yeah. Anyway.
Alright. Any names you liked in this video, please comment below. Let us know your favourite. Let us know if you've got any of your own ideas for our baby. Needs a name.
He does.
At the end of the day, if we can't think of any, well, we'll just pick one from the comments.
Yeah, true. So whatever name has the most likes.
Yeah, whichever name gets the most likes, we'll go with that. So, alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe for plenty more videos to come. And we'll see you in the next one. That was a smooth outro.
It was, but it didn't sound anything like you.
Doesn't matter. Sounded like a YouTuber.
Okay, bye.